I work in the social services industry. Every children's services office in the region has a lead agency nonprofit partner, and so I work in one of those lead agency nonprofits as a direct partner of children's services. I struggle with OCD, ADHD. I bounce back between various eating disorders, anxiety and depression. I have constantly struggled with mental illness as something that kind of makes me feel inadequate. And it goes back and forth. It gets worse and it gets better. And so there's been times where in the workplace it's been, not supported as much as I'd like it to be. In which case I start to, I feel shame, I feel negative reactions around it, and it kind of almost makes the mental illness worse. And especially in the field I work into, the impact of things like vicarious trauma and like toxic stress, all of these things that we're in and out of every single day, it just adds to the intensity of whatever symptoms you're experiencing. Where I currently work has been like insurmountably better for my mental health because of the people I work with. And not just supervisors, not just management, like coworkers as well. It very much feels like a family, and I feel like I have the safety to be vulnerable and to talk about what's struggling or what I'm struggling with, reach out to anyone and feel supported and received and not judged. When things come up and when I start to experience symptoms or whatever, I can say I need to take a day off, or sometimes my supervisor might say to me, Shannon, you need a day off, and in those circumstances, sometimes it's easier to hear it from someone else too, because when you're just kind of wrapped in it, it's harder to see it from that perspective. Sometimes it feels like it's us against them, when it should be us against the problem. And so I think we lose sight of that, and I think if we all had a better grasp on that piece, things would look a lot different for people that struggle with mental illness. I really wish that everyone would be able to have the experience where they feel safe enough to talk about, their vulnerabilities and their mental illness and all of that without feeling like it's going to impact the way their job performance is judged, or the way, they're perceived at work, or whether or not they can be promoted because of it. And I'd love to see, to be able to take a mental health day, or have a bank of mental health days you can use, and not have to say why, just be able to say, because I need a mental health day.